So, Benjamin Netanyahu's address to Congress was met with protests. Thousands of protesters are currently starting marching in D.C. towards the Capitol to protest Netanyahu's visit to Congress today, while police are seeming to try to stop the march. So here's a little footage embedded in this tweet. So quite the crowd there. Max Blumenthal and Aaron Mate were there. They did a live stream from the protest itself, so that was cool. Good on them for being there. The Party for Socialism and Liberation was there. We spoke with some of the protesters who traveled from all across the country to be in D.C. to protest war criminal Netanyahu's address to Congress. The movement in solidarity with Palestine is here to stay. Here's some of their footage.
We're here outside the Capitol where thousands and thousands of people from all across the country are gathering to protest against Netanyahu's visit to Congress. We spoke to a few people about why they felt the need to come out here today.
I'm here from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here to serve a arrest warrant for Netanyahu, and I'm here to support the Palestinian people and say shame to our politicians who allowed this murderous guy to come in the first place, to listen to him, to give him the space.
I'm coming from Boston. My name is Parul. I'm a software engineer. I'm part of the Alphabet Workers Union. I came here to protest Netanyahu's visit. I think it's disgusting that Congress has invited him to speak. And I think it's disgusting that 9 months in, the United States is still funding this genocide, still funding the killing of children, women, men, all people in Gaza, and the violence in Palestine more broadly.
You know, this is just a sad day in U.S. history. Somebody like Netanyahu shouldn't be speaking to Congress whatsoever. The ICC is looking for him for arrest warrant. It looks like the IC4J is going to come out with a verdict, most likely of genocide, under his leadership. Somebody like that just does not belong in Congress. That's the bare minimum what we need to say here.
So good work there. Thousands gather in Washington, D.C. to protest against Israeli PM Netanyahu's visit to the U.S. Congress. In pictures is Al Jazeera. They posted some great photos here. There you see some UAW workers there. We know that 7 unions endorsed this rally in the days leading up to it, and so that led to a considerable labor presence there, which is good to see. That's just a very good photograph there, whoever took that. A nice work, Al Jazeera. Okay, this was just funny. I had to take, this was one of the right-wing trolls here who you could tell, they just don't even understand what protest is. Graham Allen. Protesters were literally bussed in to cause mayhem and outrage in Washington, D.C. They were bussed in.
From Iran!
And I had to respond to this. The Post-Millennial posted this video as if it was something, as if they caught, because the only person who could rent a bus is George Soros. Nobody else ever rents buses. Oh, that must be Soros busting them in. So I just had to respond to this. I said, "Hey, moron, did you know that organizations sometimes rent buses to go places as a group? Why do you think buses exist? Yeah, why do you think buses are a thing? Like, when a group of people wants to go to the same place, they figure rather than have us drive 20 different cars to the same place, we'll rent a bus and go there." I just love how this guy thought he was really exposing something. Thought it was a big scoop that buses of protesters were coming in. What a fucking imbecile.
Well, I mean, this is what they do. This is what they do because they know most people don't understand the nuts and bolts in that way, so they can just say anything and make it look nefarious.
Exactly. Most people don't really know organizing or protesting or anything like that. So, they didn't even drive their cars there. They took buses. Something must be going on there.
I bet you Iran paid for that.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Joined over 400 Jewish activists, says Sharman Hussein, and allies to protest Israeli butcher-in-chief Netanyahu's visit to D.C. this week with Jewish Voice for Peace. We must not only reject this speech, but demand an immediate arms embargo and an end to all U.S. aid to Israel. So here are Jewish activists here. Jews to Biden, stop arming Israel, and for that, some of them were arrested for occupying that space. So here's some anti-Semitic state violence. But they weren't the only Jews there. You had these guys here, Zionism and Judaism.
They call those O'Leary masks now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. The O'Leary masks, right. Hiding from the AI. Here's some more Orthodox Jews here. Zionism and Judaism are diametrically opposed. Judaism is godly and compassionate. Zionism, godless and merciless. That's a good sign. And here's, of course, inside the hall, Benjamin Netanyahu basically smearing these protesters as agents of Iran. So here's a split screen here.
Iran is funding the anti-Israel protests that are going on right now outside this building. Not that many, but they're there, and throughout the city. Well, I have a message for these protesters. When the tyrants of Tehran, who hang gays from cranes and murder women for not covering their hair, are praising, promoting, and funding you, you have officially become Iran's useful idiots.
Useful idiots. Shout out to Hotspot for that split screen video there. The useful idiots
honestly,
of Iran.
After hearing that, I feel like an idiot because I haven't gotten any of that money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've not gotten any of it.
Why didn't I get the bank account code?
Yeah. First of all, not that many of them. That looks like quite a few people to me. Looks like a pretty big march to me. And that was only one section of it, obviously. You had a lot of different offshoots with different stages and different sort of events within the larger rally. We plugged one a couple days ago, the labor union event. And so it was a pretty impressive turnout there, despite Netanyahu's downplaying of the crowd size and smearing everybody there as an agent of Iran. So shout out to everybody who made it out there yesterday.
Yeah, and he said, did Jose get down there? I didn't see any video.
I didn't see any
video.
Did they
get down there? Because I was, if this one weren't having a baby, I was going to go with them.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah.
Like I might have had to put together the show today. So
right.
if he decided to make a break for it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Before the marshals come.
It is true, though. I didn't see any video of Jose. We'll have to ask
I haven't
him.
seen any video of that. Maybe they weren't able to get into D.C. The traffic could have been insane with all that going on. But I don't know. At another point in the speech, he says, and this is what you come to realize the more you really dig into Israel, they just say shit. Yes, our intelligence shows that Iran is funding protests to create chaos in the United States. Okay, so where's the evidence? Where is the evidence of what you're claiming? Because Lord knows they'd love to fund us, and we haven't been approached.
Yeah, exactly. We have not been approached. We are doing this the mom and pop style.
If I find out you motherfuckers are getting paid by Iran and you didn't tell me, I'm going to be pissed.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, that's a lot of bodies. That's a lot of people to have to get paid. And according to what was the guy, Graham Allen? Yeah, apparently you can't rent a bus without help. Apparently, the Shah of Iran and George Soros. Those are the only two, right?
Yeah,
the Ayatollah and George Soros, right? Yeah. So thank you to everybody who made it out there yesterday. It was a good turnout, and it was a very, very peaceful gathering. My dad was there yesterday, and he plans on calling into the patron show tonight because, of course, what did they do? They say, oh, they were rabble-rousing, they were burning flags and things like that. They always pick up conflicts with police. You know, it's the same thing with every protest I've ever been to. You go to the protest itself, a protest that's huge like that, it's almost always peaceful, easy. It's chill. It's actually a very relaxed environment there. You know, and then the media will amplify pockets where it gets testy, which it no doubt will if you have a large police presence there. It's going to get testy around the edges, but that's always around the margins. The same thing with Occupy Wall Street. Europeans would bring their kids through the encampment of Occupy Wall Street. It was like a tourist site for like
Right.
Europeans.
Yeah.
There was no tension in the air. Same thing with the Iraq War protests. Same thing with the Free Palestine protests that I've been to. The fact that you have Netanyahu with the microphone inside, just able to say, well, there's very few of them out there and they're all agents of Iran. Well, it makes it very easy to smear them. So it was good on everybody for showing up, and please share that stuff as you see it.
Yeah, my experience at these specifically Palestine protests is the people who get out of control are the Zionist counter-protesters, not
Right.
the Palestine protesters, just like with the Bernie movement, because the media is against you. The establishment is against you.
Of course, yeah.
You're going to be very careful about how you present on camera, whereas if you're on the side of the establishment, you're a lot freer because they won't show that part.
Right. You do whatever you want.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Please clap.